gentlemen. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to the first run of the 2026 Consultative Forum for States and the Federal Capital Territory. Welcome to the great city of Lagos, the commercial nerve of the country. It's good to see everyone here, and I see the hall fully packed, and that tells me we are all serious about the business of the day. Welcome again. I would like to begin with a challenge, and what I will say is this. This forum must not become another routine gathering where we exchange presentations, take photographs, and return home unchanged. It must be a working forum, a place where difficult decisions are taken, practical solutions agreed, and measurable commitments are made. Because behind every policy paper we will discuss today, or behind any policy or engagement we will discuss today, or we will have today, stands a worker. Someone who has given decades of faithful service on one simple understanding, that when the day of retirement comes, the system will keep its promise. That promise is what brings us here today. That promise is what must leave here stronger than it arrived. The contributory pension scheme is not merely another pension model. It is a governance framework, one that brings structure, discipline, transparency, long-term sustainability to retirement administration. And critically, for the states represented in this room, it provides the framework within which every legacy-defined benefit of obligation can be managed responsibly, building a pension system that remains financially sustainable for generations to come. So the question before every state is no longer whether pension reform is necessary. I believe that debate is settled. The question is whether we have the courage and foresight to build a pension system that will be protecting workers 20, 30, 50 years from today, a system that would outlast every single one of us in this room. That is not a technical question, by the way. It is the test of leadership. That is the test of leadership. Let's take a look around the world, and the evidence is unambiguous. Jurisdictions that have delayed pension reform now confront overwhelming liabilities, wide and broken promises to the very retirees they swore to protect. Jurisdictions that acted early built resilient systems, systems that protected workers, strengthened public finances, and deepened citizens' confidence in the government itself. Two paths, two destinations, and every Nigerian state now stands at the fork of the road. I would just say, more like at the end of the road. Should you go right or do you go left? You need to choose the right path. So let me say this plainly. Every state will ultimately be remembered for the pension system it leaves behind. The true measure of how a government values its worker is not how it treats them today whilst they serve. It is whether it honors them after they have served. Pension reform, therefore, is not about balancing today's books. It's nothing about today, but it's about keeping tomorrow's promise when our dear workers would have retired. Now, this is why we are gathered here today, and this is why this forum matters a great deal. We're not here just to review process or progress. We are here to accelerate it. to remove obstacles, to agree on solutions, and to live with clear commitments that move every state measurably closer to a pension system that is sustainable, inclusive, and leaves no worker behind. At PENCOM, our ambition is straightforward. A Nigeria where every worker retires with dignity, every earned benefit is paid on time, and no one in any state, in any sector, at any income level is left behind. In pursuit of that ambition, we have delivered practical tools for this journey, or some practical tools for this journey. The pension contribution remittance system brings transparency, traceability, and efficiency to the flow of every contribution. I believe that will be discussed today. And of course, our new initiative, I don't know if it's that new though, the three-dimensional pension model, designed specifically to help states resolve legacy liabilities while accelerating sustainable implementation of the contributory pension scheme. But let me be direct, if you permit me, please. No framework, no regulation, and no model, however well designed, can substitute for political will. Real reforms begin when legislation ends. Not when it ends, but where it ends. So execution is key. Reform begins with implementation, execution, universal coverage of all employees, prompt and complete remittance of contributions, proper funding of accrued rights, and the timely payment of retirement benefits. These four commitments are the difference between a pension law on the shelf and a pension promise kept. Ladies and gentlemen, history will not remember how many meetings we held. It will remember whether we built pension systems that kept faith with the workers who built our various states. Every state will write its own pension legacy. And on this, the arithmetic of time is unforgiving. Time is money, as we all know. The best time to build a durable pension system was yesterday. So if you are not like Lagos State and the other 6 states who have been onboarded to this scheme, you are late already. The best time was yesterday. The second best time, good news, there's still time. The second best time is today. And a final point, the only unacceptable option is to wait till tomorrow. So for all those who have not yet joined the scheme, the time for you to join again is now. Delay is dangerous, as some of my friends will say. So let us leave this forum with clear commitments, defined timelines, and a shared determination that every worker, regardless of where they serve, can retire with security, with dignity, and with confidence. That is the responsibility before all of us here. That is the promise we must keep to every single worker at our various states. On that note, it is my distinct honor to declare the first round of the 2026 Consultative Forum for States and the Federal Capital Territory officially open. I wish all of us productive, decisive, and consequential deliberations. Thank you all, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you very much for your insightful, inspiring remarks. Okay, so we would now like to take introductions. We'll pass the microphone to participants so we can have introductions from the heads of the stakeholders that are here present. The microphones. So you can just signify so that we can start with the introductions. Thank you. Yes, you can go ahead.
I'm the permanent secretary of the State Pension Commission.
Thank you, ma'am. You're welcome.
My name is Solusu Amin Abdullahi, Director of Finance, Consultative Pension.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
I'm Ben Navaja, Trust.
I am our officer, Mahmoud, permanent secretary, Minister Pension Fund Trust.
Hassan Mohammed Akim, family member and trust.
I'm Nicholas Lajwa, Chairman, Federal State Pension Commission.
Sorry, can we just have the heads of the bureaus introduce themselves, please, so that we save time, because we have quite a number of people here today. Thank you.
I'm Right Honorable Hassan Muhammad Shallah, Chairman, Federal State Pension Commission.
Good morning, Ibrahim Balarabi, Executive Secretary, Kaduna State Pension Bureau.
Good morning. I'm Emma Adetayo of the State Bureau of State Pension.
Good morning. I'm Ms. Eguye Gangozi, Director of City Pension Department. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Nuruddin Aldi, Director General, Kaduna State Pension Bureau.
Honorable Adekunle Rafiu, Oyo State Chairman, Oyo State Pension Board.
Good morning. My name is Honorable Akim Ademolaidi, Chairman, Local Government Staff Pension Board for your state.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Endurance Asmita. I am the head of the Pensions Transition Unit and I represent the head of service, Cross River State.
Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. Elemakmo Ogregade, Permanent Secretary, Bayelsa State Pensions Board.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Elechi Obichialapalam. I'm the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Finance, Abia State. I represent the Honorable Commissioner, Abia State.
Good morning, all. I am Akinwale Olufemi Akindele, Permanent Secretary, Local Government Staff Pension Board, Oyo State.
Good morning. I'm Omoboya Charity, representing the Director, Area Council Staff Pension Board. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Baisal K. Isirima, the Board Secretary and Legal Advisor, River State Pension Board. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Mr. Bayoraji, Senior Special Advisor to Mr. Governor, Osun State, Head of State Person Bureau, Osun State.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ibrahim Hakim, Permanent Secretary, Local Government Staff Person Bureau, Osun State.
Thank you very much. You're all warmly welcome. We will now receive a goodwill message from the head of Civil Service, Lagos State, Mr. Bodiago. Mr. Bodiago is represented by the Director General, Lagos State Pension Commission, Mr. Babadola Obilanga.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to represent the Head of Service of Lagos State at this important consultative forum organized by the National Pension Commission. The Head of Service has looked forward to participating in this event, but due to the exigencies of official duty, he is unable to be present and has requested that I convey his goodwill to this distinguished gathering. On behalf of the Head of Service, I extend the warm greetings and best wishes of the government and people of Lagos State, particularly Mr. Governor, Mr. Obachide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, as well as the entire Lagos State Public Service. I commend the National Pension Commission for convening this timely forum, which continues to provide a valuable platform for dialogue, collaboration, knowledge sharing, and exchange of best practices among pension administrators across the Federation. Such engagements are essential to strengthen the implementation of the contributory pension scheme and improving pension administration at both the federal and state levels. The theme and objective of this forum is particularly significant as it provides an opportunity for stakeholders to deliberate on emerging issues, review implementation strategies, address operational challenges, explore innovative approaches that will further enhance the efficiency, sustainability, and integrity of pension administration across Nigeria. Lagos State remains firmly committed to successful implementation of the contributory pension scheme. Since the adoption of the scheme, the state has continued to demonstrate unwavering commitment to safeguarding the retirement future of its workforce through prompt remittance of pension contributions, consistent funding of retirement benefits, continuous stakeholder engagement, and the strengthening of institutional processes that promote transparency, accountability, and service excellence. Lagos State believes firmly that the continued success and sustainability of the contributory pension scheme depend on strong collaboration among all stakeholders. Forums such as this provide an invaluable opportunity for policyholders, regulators, pension administrators, and the other key actors to exchange ideas, share experiences, identify emerging challenges, and collectively develop innovative and practical solutions to strengthen pension administration across the country. As the operational environment continues to evolve, it is imperative that we remain proactive, embrace best practices, leverage technology, and strengthen institutional partnerships to ensure that our pension systems remain transparent, efficient, resilient, and responsive to the needs and aspirations of both serving employees and retirees. Lagos State remains committed to supporting initiatives that promote good governance, regulatory compliance, service excellence, and the long-term sustainability of pension administration in Nigeria. I am confident that the robust discussions and knowledge-sharing sessions at this consultative forum will give practical insights and actionable recommendations that will further enhance the implementation of the contributory pension scheme, strengthen other pension framework across the states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory, and ultimately improve retirement security for public servants nationwide. On behalf of the Head of Service and the Lagos State Government, I wish all participants fruitful deliberations and a highly successful, productive, and rewarding consultative forum. May your engagement throughout the course of this event inspire stronger partnerships and translate into meaningful outcomes that will advance pension administration for the benefit of all. Thank you all for your kind attention.
Thank you very much, sir. I would like to pass the microphone to Mr. Shola.
Thank you so much, Uki. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be with you once again. The DG is an action DG. She wants to feel exactly what we are doing here, even though she has some other obligations, in some places to be at right now. She wants to interact directly with the participants that are here to really, you will know that in a speech she mentioned, really you don't just want to come here and bring papers and speak and just go. Let's know the white elephants that is in this room. Let's know exactly what challenges we are facing in our different states so that we can speak to that before she leaves. Then we can carry on with some of the other arrangements that we have. Thank you so much. So in no particular order, we would want to just hear directly from the heads of the bureaus. Where are we right now? What are the challenges we are facing? And we can even suggest, in your opinion, how you feel that we can overcome these challenges. So, so who wants to go first?
Thank you. So I would appreciate if people are open and speak freely, because this is very important to us. It's very important to us to get all states within the pension scheme. I will be making a presentation to NEC very soon. That's the National Executive Council, right? And that has all the governors of all the 36 states as part of it. So I wanted to hear directly from you what the issues are, so that this might help me to, rebuild my presentation if necessary. But it will be really nice to hear from the room, because I think since I joined the commission, this must be maybe my 4th or 5th. And frankly, since then, the number of states onboarded hasn't changed. So it's then looking to me like, why do I even bother showing up here? Why are we even showing up? I don't like doing things that don't add value to me. So if I go somewhere every time and I'm expecting something and I don't get it, I begin to question myself. And that's why I said that we're already late for those who haven't joined, but we now need to take decisive action. That's why at PENCOM we're doing everything we can, which includes this presentation to NEC, where all your state governors will be, our dear governors. But before I take the message to them, I was thinking if there's any insights, any deep issues that you think we should be considering that maybe we haven't spoken about before. So I'd like to hear from you directly. Like I said, I have other engagement, but this is very important to me. So I will please appreciate if people can speak up. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vicky. So the floor is open. Who will go first? I'm going to call names if nobody's
Which state of Rivers State?
Rivers State, okay. The spotlight is on you. Please, kindly locate the mic.
Good afternoon, everybody. I don't know why the spotlight is on River States, but no problem. I'll go. Currently in River States, we have a contributory pension scheme. We have a contributory pension scheme law. The first set of retirees have actually started retiring under our law, but certain things that have actually been done have not been done to ensure that those persons that are actually retiring get their retirement benefits as of when due. Some of the challenges we actually have, the employer portion has not been paid The employees are contributing faithfully, but the employer portion has not been paid. Also, the 5% of 2,000 monthly wage bill, which will also service the past service liability or the accrued rights, has not been set aside. We're currently in a stage right now where we're asking ourselves how can we actually cater to those persons that have actually retired, because they are kind of like in limbo, you know, decided to retire from 1st July 2025, and they can't get their benefits under the contributory pension scheme, neither can they get their retirement benefits under the defined benefit scheme. So they're kind of like in limbo, and we have been brainstorming, especially with the head of service, you know, and thinking about what we need to actually do, you know, to move forward. And we have now decided that we are going to actually, we're in the process of passing a new law, you know, actually adopting the three-dimensional model, which will actually mean that we have the defined benefit scheme, the contributory defined benefit scheme, and the contributory pension scheme. We have actually, we're working on the law, on our bill, and hopefully we'll fall to PENCOM, you know, so that we can also get the buy-in from PENCOM, you know, before we move to actually pass the bill into law. All right. I think that's all, unless there's a specific question that I need to actually answer.
No, I mean, I think you've summed it up, but everything you said, it means it's all in the hands of River State. Right? No.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, I'm sorry I put you on the spot, and I did that basically because Lagos is a rich state in this country, and after Lagos, it's comfortably River State. So in a very rich state like Rivers can't pay pensions, or is not on the scheme and can't put a sustainable pensions framework in place, then I'm sorry, what are we doing in this room? The smaller states are just going to tell me, Madam, the people who are earning all the money, they are not even part of this thing. So that was the reason I called you.
Okay.
But I appreciate the good work that is being done. We would like to come and see Governor Fubara. I think he should implement this as his legacy. Don't people care about legacy any longer? I think he should implement this as his legacy. We are ready to support at the speed of light, whatever you want. You even have a bigger issue because employees are contributing. The employer is not contributing, which does not make Rivers look good. There's no excuse. You're a rich state, rich oil state. In fact, I thought to myself, let me go and check ChatGPT and make sure that I'm right. Who are the richest states? After I called you, it came up with Rivers. Everything I searched online, Rivers was number 2. So please, let's join Lagos and lead by example. The rich states cannot be carrying last. It's not possible.
Okay, you're welcome to River State, DG, to come and see Governor Fubara.
Shola, please, we need to engage Governor Fubara. He must leave this as a legacy. You know, he's doing a lot, but if he includes pension, his legacy will be sealed. And I promise, front page, if he does implement this, I will just put him on front page and, you know, we'll send him across the country for the good work that he's doing. Not just Governor Fubara, by the way, any other governor out there. But I think Governor Fubara might be closer. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my DG.
We have a point on board. We have a point. Where is that point? Bible. Oh, someone has bailed them out. Please.
Good morning. Let me observe the protocols. My name is Nuruddin Audi from Consultative Pension Bureau. The challenge we are having is not from the state government, but it's actually an issue we are discussing with the National Pension Commission regarding the fees we intend to charge on our funds. We have engaged the pension fund administrators, about 5 of them, and we have also drafted the service level agreement, which we shared with the National Pension Commission for review. Now, one of the issues that keep coming back to us is the fact that we propose sharing of asset-based fees with the pension fund administrators into 50-50. The reason being that we are new and we understand the effort made by the state government in trying to settle the outstanding pension liabilities, and also the commitment coming from the governor, His Excellency Madam Umar Dukurada, in paying contribution for workers, including the 13%, which is the employer portion. So we can't be going back to him to collect money to run our organization. So we suggested that in this dimensional model of the pension we introduced, that we should be able to share the asset-based fees with the pension fund administrators. According to the law, 5% of the investment income is supposed to go to the pension fund administrators, but that is the maximum, which is the ceiling. If we say we have a ceiling as a maximum, then I believe that the pension fund administration can take something lower, because we're not saying they should go up. And what we are saying, they should take something lower, because at this stage, pension fund administrators have already broken even. If they have broken even, what they need to do is to help and assist the bureaus for them to be able to come alive and also be able to run their businesses. So we suggested that let the PFS take 2.5%, we would take 2.5% for a period of 2 years. After we stabilize in 2 years, then we can come back and renegotiate and come up with another fee. Now, we believe that this can help most of the states that have the problem of coming into the stream, or that have not started a pension in their own locality. Because as of today, I was made to understand that only 9 state governments have joined the contributory pension out of 36 states, including the FCT. That's very low number. So to encourage others to set up bureaus, for them to be able to have financing that can leverage or help their bureaus, please, let's see how National Pension Commission can help us assess that percentage, so that we can be able to have something to help us establish ourselves and also be able to provide service to our customers. Why we are saying that we don't want to bring or charge, bring another percentage for the bureau is because we have consideration for the workers. If we go beyond 7, which is approved by PENCOM, to 10, we believe that that will deflate part of the profit that will go to the worker. And our main concern should be the worker, not us or the pension fund administrator. So please, we want the National Pension Commission to do something that can be able to also have income that can be able to sustain the business for the next 2 years, so that we can remain afloat.
Sorry, just stay on the line for a bit. You said something 7-10%.
The contributory defined benefit scheme, the law says that pension fund administrators can take 5% of the income as their management fees.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Okay.
Thank you. So this is what I would say. You know that these pension fund administrators have investors, they have shareholders who have put their monies in a business and they want returns on it. I'm not sure that any shareholder will want to seek their contributions to states because in fact, they are not even going to answer me. I believe I force it down their throat. They might band together and begin to work against the commission because these are powerful shareholders. But forget that. If we need to do the right thing and it affects shareholders, it doesn't really bother us. What I would say is this. Sorry, I want to have line of sight to the person who asked that question. So what I would say is this. I think we should look at other areas where we can share fees. I think there's the admin fees, and there's the income based on what? No, are you sharing? Okay, so there's the admin fees, which we would review and have a more permanent structure for states to have funds available to them, one. And then two, I think part of what we're also looking at is for new states coming to join the scheme to support their operational expenses, as you're saying. Perhaps for the first 2 years, we will see the percentage of the income-based fee, which is what it's asking, right? For the first 2 years, so that you can have, for the first 2 years is income-based. So for the first 2 years, you will have part of that so that you can have some funds to support your setup. And then the third one, which I'm proposing, is pension clearance certificates. How many of us, I think Kano has implemented, right? Is Kano State in this room? Yes. Well done, Kano State, and well done to your governor. Lagos is on the way to implement. They are not leading in that one. I think it's Kano. Have you implemented? No, into your procurement process. So for states who are able to do that, we just need to find a way to know the companies that will come through your state. If we do that, we can then share fees. So in fact, this is part of what even I have been talking about, that we have to find a way to leave some funds on the table for states. Maybe that will help to spur them to join the scheme and will support their initial take-on process. So your suggestion, awesome. I like what your governor is doing. I like the fact that he set up that committee that is headed by one of the brightest minds in pensions, which is Farouk. He used to work with the commission before. He was a commissioner with us, a staff, and then a commission. So you guys are doing excellently well. We will certainly support you to make sure that we cross the line in respect of this. Okay? Who else? I like the comment from Castina, by the way. It's talking about sustainability and how they work. Further their scheme.
I want to specially congratulate the DG. My name is Nicholas Bajwa, the chairman of Benue State Pension Commission. The DG is doing a very marvelous work at pension, National Pension Commission. I remember some few years ago, the payment of accrued rights was a very big issue. I think they were owing retirees close to a year, but immediately you came in, everything was settled. And we who are outside watching what is happening in PENCOM, we are very, very proud of you. In the case of Benue State Pension Commission, I took the mantle of leadership in October last year, and when I got there, I discovered that remittances to contributors was very, very irregular. And what was the problem? It was basically lack of capacity of the staff. Government was matching it with the 10%, but the staff lacked capacity to do that. How the commission is organized is, we have about 50 staff, and only 3 that are employed by the commission. The rest are drawn from the various ministries and the Office of Accountant General. And for those of us who passed through PENCOM, we discovered that the caliber of people we are having in that commission are the ones that cannot handle the responsibilities that are required of them. And so that was why remittances were not yet being, we're not being remitted. It was when I assumed the leadership of the commission that I now started propping up the staff, but still, it's a very Herculean task. I have communicated to His Excellency about the need to allow me to have competent staff. But the issue is, who pays? Because if I want to employ those who will really handle the job, I will have to do so with the available resources that are non-existent. And the state government presently is battling with a huge salary wage bill, huge pension liabilities, and it may not be willing to employ more people that I feel will be able to carry on the responsibility. So here comes my support to my colleague there in Katsina State. I know very well that we are all children of PENCOM. We are the State Bureau. And if you have a child, it will be your responsibility to ensure that your child succeeds. And I'm sure it will not be out of place if Madam DG will strongly support us to succeed. And for us to succeed, we need to have finances that will help us do that. And the state governments, I think they have a lot on their hands to give us the desired attention and the desired funds that we need to manage our bureaus. They will tell you that they have a lot of things to handle. And even within the pension, they will tell you the accrued rights and the 10% contribution which they are bringing in for their staff. And it will be very, very difficult for them to give you the funds that you will need. I know at PENCOM, you train your staff in such a way that your PFAs cannot joke with them. Because anything you try, the staff will fish you out. And I believe such opportunities should be given to the state bureaus also. Because if they are not given, I assure you that what we at the states are doing may not make any meaningful progress. What we are experiencing is what PENCOM experience where they introduced micro pension. I don't know whether the scheme is still on, but it was a very big task for PENCOM to ensure that micro pension progressed. And that is what we are experiencing at the state. We are finding it very difficult to move forward. It's simply because we don't have the required staff and the funds to run our bureau. So I strongly suggest that this part of the asset-based fees should be allocated to the pension bureaus. And I am suggesting that it should be based on what each state is contributing. Let's take, for example, Benue State has assets worth about, say, 5 billion naira with PENCOM. And a small portion of the asset base should be calculated on that 5 billion and given to us monthly in order to run our offices. You won't believe me if I tell you that I was discussing with some of my colleagues in other states, and they were telling me that sometimes they find it very difficult to buy 2 reams of papers. Yes, 2 reams of paper to work in their offices. So it is a very serious situation that we are facing at the state, and we need your intervention. Thank you very much, madam. And thank you, all my colleagues.
Thank you, thanks. By the way, that is another bright mind from PENCOM. We seem to be raising bright minds in PENCOM. Lots of them. Thank you for your comments. I'll start with this. You know, like I said, this requires political will. So your governors must be ready to commit before I even go to the proposed solutions. So if you look at the federal government level, for instance, when government was delaying our food rights for 21 months, we were telling stories now to workers, no money. Meanwhile, they are spending money doing other things. Government was spending money, and the states are spending money as well. But somebody came in and decided that, you know, this issue is a priority for me. Retirees, workers is a priority for me, and cleared all the arrears. Not only cleared 21 months of arrears, but went ahead and created a surplus of 41 months to ensure that people that are even retiring, we've even credited your accrued rights before you retire. You know what that means? You begin to earn interest. Your RSA is getting bigger and bigger. Rather than waiting till for another 21 months or even waiting at the best of when you retire. So the first thing is that there has to be political will. The governors have to know that this is a top priority. I don't believe that they appreciate that just yet, which is what I would say. But I agree, if there are ways like Castina State has mentioned, if there are ways that we can support, we will do that. The AUM fees, I think that's like a hard no for now, but I will still go back and look at it. Because the way that, and you know, sometimes I speak too freely, so forgive me if I say something that, you know, rubs anybody off wrongly. But the way PFAs look at this is this. States are getting their allocations. They have money, their governors are spending money. Why should we go and spend why should we share our AUM fees with a governor with all these billions of naira and spending money like this? Like I said, sometimes I'm just too direct. But the truth is the truth. Governors, just like presidents before the current presidents were spending money, governors across all the states who are not part of the scheme yet, they are spending money. So why can we not just say pensions should be a priority for government? Pensions is as good as paying salaries, you know. So that's what I would say on that. And I know that obviously we can't go and tell our governors this. but I will try and say it in a very respectful way during my presentation. Please don't go and tell them before they block me from presenting. I do agree in terms of you need money to run the office. I mean, people can't even get money to buy paper. I find that really interesting. But at PENCOM, we'll see how we can create income streams working with the states, which is where I mentioned the first 2 years of income-based fee, and then also compliance certificates as well. If you implement compliance certificates into your procurement process at state level, we will now work a framework in which we can share the fees with you. And then there's a third one, admin fee. The admin fee, I think, is currently 100 naira. It has been like that since the inception of the CPS. We are going to review it, and the states will have a whole lot more of that admin fee. It's currently under review, right? Yes. So we'll start creating income streams that can support the states. But most importantly, the governors must have a political will and must treat this as a priority rather, just as the president has done. Please go ahead. Oh, we have chanced the person down. Oh, sorry, I apologize. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm Honorable Adekunle Tunjirafiu, the chairman of the State Pension Board. With me, we have Honorable Akim Ike, the chairman, Local Government Staff Pension Board. I am talking on behalf of Oyo State. Our governor came on board on 2019, and he met on pay gratuity between 2008 and 2019, amounting to billions of naira. He set up another committee to look at the modality of paying this outstanding gratuity. With the submission of the report, the governor started with 3 billion naira for the local government for the payment of the arrears and 3 billion naira for the other states, making 6 billion naira every month to clear the outstanding arrears. That is Oyo State government. With the assistance and consultation with one Adekunle Karim, the Southwest representative of PENCOM, he almost turned Oyo State into his office. You will see him every day. With his advice and the goodwill and the political will of Oyo State Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, he approved that the contributing pension scheme should start in Oyo State by July 1 this month. And with this, we have put everything in place. The law is already in place. Well, we have almost about 120,000 workers in Oyo State. We believe we cannot start with almost 120,000. With the experience from other states, the committee now submitted a report that to start and be successful in this program, we have to start with a newly recruited staff. So we are starting with the workers recruited on January 25, 2025, up till date. They are up to about 25,000 workers. So we are starting the contributed pension with those staff.
25,000.
25,000.
I think we have to visit you again.
Yes.
just so that we make sure that your processes are, streamlined.
Yes.
Just to help you.
Yes. Some of the workers are hopelessly misinformed about the operation of contributory pensions. And we believe that Oyo State Governor has promised that before the expiration of his term in the office, he is going to clear all outstanding gratuity. He said that, and he has been doing that. So we are starting with the newly recruited. We have done the sensitization. We have appointed PFAs in Oyo State, 4 of them at the start. We have distributed all these enrollees for the 4 PFAs in Oyo State. We have mandated them to visit the MDAs and ministries to enroll these enrollees. We have appointed desk officers for ministries and MDAs in Oyo State. We have done that. The most important thing I want to mention here is that the enrollees who have 8% of their salary deducted every month, while the governor would pay 12%. The government would pay 12%. And this 20% will start by the end of July this month. The most important thing is that, for the past 1 year, we have not been deducting the 8%. For the past 1 year, the governor has not been paying the 12%. Now, he promised paying the 20% for that 1 year. For making 18 months, he's ready to pay that. To make sure the promise is realized, he has deposited 100 million for the start. This is the situation we find ourselves in Oyo State now. By the end of this month, that 20% will be paid. 8% will be deducted from the enrollees, and the governor will pay the 12% right away from the end of this month, which I think is by this Friday. A dedicated account has been created in the First Bank for the purpose of this, so that the governor will not say, or the Ministry of Finance will not say, we have this money here, let's go and take it. No. It's all away from the government. There's no way we will not have a problem. During our sensitization, we went from ministry to ministry, MDA to MDA. We encountered a teaching problem from Nigerian Union of Teachers. The Nigerian Union of Teachers, I don't know, they have to believe that the process may not run accordingly. But we met with some of them, and they are now seeing reasons why they should join the scheme. Well, the PENCOM can take it as a sign of duty, probably to invite the NUT at the national level and talk to them, and let them see reasons why they should allow this system to work smoothly, most especially in Oyo State. That is the story from Oyo State. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. At this stage, you might just have to go and make a case at the Supreme Court that Governor Makinde should do a third term. the scheme in full. Because what you're doing now is just people who have joined from January this year, which is about the 25,000 last year, 2025. Yes, yes. But it's always important because the moment you join the scheme, you begin to share obligation with the workers. That's what makes it sustainable. It's important to estimate what the obligation of those who have been working before last year is, and then migrate them to the scheme as well. But a very big step has been taken by Oyo State. I appreciate that. There's something that has been said repeatedly in terms of having the technical know-how to do some of these functions, particularly from Benue State. Is it possible to send one of our staff, for instance, to go and work in Benue State to see how they can be supported? They need more hands. No, but sometimes it could be that you need an automation and somebody sees it as a better way you can do it and advise you. So not just somebody that will come and talk about pension, but a process person that will review it and then advise on how best you can do some certain things.
We will definitely need two assistants of PENCOM. But I know that PENCOM may come and institute the process, which I believe they are capable of doing that. But my complaint, as I told you, was that the capacity of the staff I am having. The capacity. And
I get what you're saying. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in people. You know, if they have someone to train them, maybe they might change. I believe in people too. So maybe let's give it a chance. We send someone in PENCOM there and see if they can be trained.
No, that would be fantastic.
Shall I please note that? And then the Union of yeah, it says we should have something.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Any other comments? I'm now running out of time. Please try not to speak as long as Oyo State.
Okay. Good morning once again, Director General PENCOM. Madam, I want to start by expressing my admiration for you because you have actually left your footprints in the science of time, and I believe that posterity will actually judge you beautifully for the good work you are doing at PENCOM. Having said that, I want to also state here that the Federal Capital Territory Administration is actually doing well when it comes to payment of accrued rights and monthly pension for those in defined benefits, because at the moment we don't owe our pensioners. But despite that, we have challenges. We have challenges in the area of group life insurance cover premium, which was done last in year 2023. Up to now, we are yet to do that. Although
now we are aware of it.
Yes, although he has ma'am. Although he has actually approved the contract, but the premium has not been paid, and you know that going by the provision of the Pension Reform Act 2014, without premium, there is no group life insurance cover. So since it has not been paid, that is the situation we have at hand. At the moment, recently, I did a memo that I hope it gets transmitted to him with that regard, because the non-payment of the premium has actually led to the increase in the liabilities that we have at the moment. And then, even as the PRA provides that where we don't have premium, the budget should be made for that purpose. But I must say that as if it has become a historical figure that one particular amount is always put into the budget for each year for payment of liabilities, which can hardly pay the number of people we have. And looking at that area, in fact, recently I met very young people, they are next of kin, they are beneficiaries, but these people are very young, that I went for them on that day. Their parents have died, and then some of them even have younger ones to cater for. And this money is nowhere to pay to them. I wish that in this regard, you can step in and ensure that this is done in no long a time. I've done a number of contacts with that regard, but each time I make those contacts, I'm told that the money is not yet there. You actually need the minister's approval for this payment to be made. And then, apart from that, we have equally the issue or the challenge of not having enough funds to run our office. In fact, as that man stated there, that in some offices they hardly have money to buy papers. Ours is just a paltry sum of 1.4 million that is not even released every month, I must tell you here. So it is really difficult in that regard. Because in the FCT, across the board, since 6 months now, it's been 50% of our overhead that is released to all the offices. Despite the fact that even for about 6 months before then, not even a kobo was released to any office, so it's been difficult for us. And then we have the issue of omitted contributions. Because our
manual process.
Pardon me?
You said you process the...
Yes, we only process. We only send to the treasury for payment. We don't make payment in the office.
I'm saying, is that a manual process? Is it manual, the process?
No, it's not manual. It's not manual, yes. Yes, so it's a problem that when people are retired, they don't retire with something good, I must tell you this. And to me as a person, it pains me because a worker, having spent most of the time in the service of this country, Nigeria, should retire well, and that is your goal, actually. And that is how it should be. So it should be a concerted effort. Now, with your support, I think there's going to be a lot of improvement in this regard. I think I would like to stop here. Thank you.
Thank you. Please, Governor, he was a governor before anyway, Minister Wike is an action minister. He has been commissioning projects all around the region. People should be priority. If we can't pay people, we should not commission projects. That is DG Spencom stand. So we should have a meeting with him. That's if we can get to see him. So that's sorry, it looks like we've been just bypassing you guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. First and foremost, I want to thank the Director General for your visit to our state some years ago. Your visit has yielded positive results in some aspects. And I want to tell you, part of your decision, Mr. Governor is listening here, Governor. He has increased our intervention fund that we use to pay our bond and the remittance, especially those that went under DBS. We have a liability of their gratuity from 2009, 2010, and 2011. We have paid them off. Remain only those people that retired in 2012. And I'm telling you that for those people who retired in 2012 too, we have paid almost half of them without remain totally, where some still remain part. So that's why I say I want to commend you. At the same time, I want to thank the state operational head, director, Mr. Sola. Used to send these people on inspection to the state. We have the last one in October 2024. And they sent their report to Mr. Governor. And part of their recommendation in that report, Mr. Governor has needed to read. Formally, they will see that our group life assurance is under Ministry of Finance. But as January this year, it has become under the Office of the Office, under the State Pension Bureau. So we have our group life assurance in the Pension Bureau instead of the Ministry of Finance. That's another different for you. But by and large, we still have our challenges and our teething problem. Especially, one of them is the issue of digitalization of the group as you recommended in your report. We have got a paper for almost 2 years. No payment. Mr. Governor approved it. We made the validation in 2025, the same this year, which means some of our staff are our problem. Because person, we are not in the project ministry. That so maybe Mr. Governor they give priority to other aspects of the something. So in that area, I would like the person PENCOM, maybe if you can just write a letter to Mr. Governor that whenever you come for your inspection, you still state that we are doing our job manually, so that Mr. Governor will say, but I have approved for this money, why are they not releasing it? It will help us, for us to get cash backing for that project. Secondly, some PFA are our problems. Yes, because some PFA, when they want to register with the state, they see state as their employer. But when they got what they want to get, they are no more interested in the existing claims. They are more or less of getting more claims, leaving the issue that concern the existing welfare of the existing claims, seizing those people that it is not yet captured. And I believe a border tank is 1,000 in the books. It seems as if the head office, they didn't see the existing claims as more as important as those people that they want to drag into their net. So in that area, I want to help us look at it. And at times, when they want to reconcile that we have problem, like you say, you will help those people that they want to just come in for the first 2 year money base. Then they are doing, say, SR for the state, so that help us to stand and help us to establish our own cultural pension scheme. But now, what they are saying now, they said PENCOM have told them that they should not do anything that will facilitate or that will help the state in the operation of this thing. And the way I look at it, we are giving you money. You are the one that doing business with the money. You are the one getting the interest on the money. I don't think it is too bad that if you say we have a problem, like now, if we are not because of the little amount we are getting from the admin fees, we will not be able to present at this meeting, at this forum, because we use part of the admin fee to come when we don't get money from the state government. So especially in the period we are here in Osun State, that they have laid embargo on the allocation of local government since January last year up to date. And state government is managing the state resources to taking care of both state and local government level. Indirectly, part of money that is coming to the state is now being used for the local government to pay their salary and pension, both primary and district. Seriously, affect the state economically. So with that kind of a thing, if we can have certain money that we can make use whenever we want to carry our operation, but I'm happy that the DG has said they will look into certain things that will enhance the performances of the state government. The other assignment that we have that is the state director has handled that one. When we have problem with this issue of PSSP to pay our accrual right, we have been using the PSSP for the remittance since June 1 that your circular came in, how we have been operating to that one. I want to tell you, apart from the liability that Mr. Governor is offsetting gradually, that we have areas of our remittances. We have paid our remittance up to April this year. So Mr. Governor is doing all what he can. So that I would like the Director General, if you still have time, to come to come and visit us again. So because the one you did for us, we know the impact. And if Mr. Governor still hear from you, because you came around 2 years ago, if you have come between now and next year again, maybe it will still assist us. So I want to use this opportunity to thank the Director General and those people that are lieutenant, that the state director and other co-worker, the zonal offices in the Lagos, we appreciate them, they are cooperating. So I want to tell you that some PFA are hiding under PENCOM. That you are the one that they direct them that they should not do it. And I used to tell that this state has its own peculiarity, that you cannot compare what is operating in Lagos or in PENCOM itself with the state government, because our starting point is different from each other. Like you have rightly put, you are paying 18%, 8% for our remittances. Now the Oyo State say they want to pay 20%, which means this state has its own peculiarity. And we have about fees, since it will not affect fully implementation of CPS in the state. I thank you.
Thank you. There's a gentleman there. No, not a lady. Good. Apologies will pass you by and by. Please, you have the floor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Kaduna State. I just want to bring up an improvement on the Benue State option.
Sorry, please just hold on for a moment. Sorry. I was because I was trying to quickly summarize the things I'm hearing. I don't want to depend on my people. They might leave out a point. So, Osun State, thank you for your submission and well done to your state. I noted your issue. Please let's get the letter to the governor before the end of next week on the manual processes. We'll write before the end of next week. On the PFA issues, Shola will engage you for the issues, the exact issues, so that we can go back. They are within our supervision, so we can address that and address it fully. They are only hiding under us for whatever reason, but don't worry, we'll address the issue. Thank you. My apologies, please continue.
Okay. I said just to write on the back of what Benue State spoke about regarding the AUM fee issue. I believe it's a give and take situation which should be an incentive for the states. Let me give an example. Kaduna State total outstanding liability currently stands at something in the region of 18 billion naira, which I believe is not without the state's capacity to offset one-off. However, there has to be an incentive for that. And if we could look at the AUM issue, should the state be able to offset fully that amount? Can it serve as an incentive for us to be part of the AUM sharing formula? And I think that should go around for the whole states. Should you be able to, just like what we had under the infrastructure fund issue, where the more you comply with the PRA Act, you'll be able to access those funds. So in this regard also, should the state be willing to offset its outstanding liability in full, if it can be given that incentive to say you can share out of the AUM fees, it will be go a long way to push the state towards implementing. However, should the state be able to have that opportunity of sharing the AUM, the funds must be specifically assigned part of it to the pension bureau so that you can build capacity, provide infrastructure within the bureaus. Because I know definitely with the amounts, currently the assets under management of Kaduna State under the CPS is well over 80 billion naira. So should the state see that amount come in, they may decide to hold the whole of it. But if during the guideline, the pension bureaus are assigned a specific percentage to be shared, then the state would have no option but to leave that portion for the state, which can be monitored by the regulator. I think this is an addition to the good idea we've initiated by the Benue State Bureau. I hope PENCOM will look into this with all the seriousness it deserves. Thank you.
Thank you. I mean, let me just react to that, madam. We'll get to you. So I've noted your comment, and this is a recurring comment by everyone. As you guys are speaking, I'm also thinking of something. Perhaps we need to evolve with the way we look at these care sharing formulas. But we'll get there. I would comment on this at the end. So, madam, over to you, please.
Permit me to stand on existing protocol. My name is Ariola Adetayo, the Permanent Secretary, Bureau of State Pensions, Ogun State. For Ogun State government, I would like to react regarding the additional pension benefits that the state government introduced this year. Because we started the CPS in 2006. We adopted the scheme in 2006, and it became operational in 2008. But in 2013, it was extended that the retirement under that scheme will commence in July 2nd, 2025. But when the time was about to approach, the labor leaders, they agitated. They said it should be extended till 2043. For those people that actually started with the CPS, those people that were employed with effect from 1st of January 2008, but His Excellency Prince Abiodun Siwe said no, he's not ready to kick the can anymore, that is ready to implement the CPS fully, which he actually did. We have areas of CPS deductions, and he said the payment, the remittance of the clearance of those arrears will be in phases. That we have 3 phases. First phase from those who that will retire will start from 2nd of July 2025 till 1st of July 2030 will be paid first, which we have actually started the remittances of the approved pension rights. And the monthly remittances for those since July 2025 till date, we have actually for the state, because we have 2 bureaus in the state, Bureau of State Pensions and Local Government Pension. For state pension, we have actually remitted 6.47 billion. 6.47 billion for the monthly remittances. And accrued pension rights, he said that one is going to be in phases. The first phase we have commenced for those who that will retire, that have started retiring since July 2025 till 2027. We have credited 3.33 to their RSC accounts, and arrears of CPS, clearance of the backlog, we have actually cleared 4.54, plus return on investments. We added return that, I think those money were with the PFA, it would have been generated something. We computed arrears based on his compounding interest. We did that, all of that. Since the commencement of that till now, the financial outlay is actually 19.51 that the state government has actually committed to this CPS. But in addition to that, the clearance of gratuity, because when it came on board in 2019, the gratuity for those who that received in 2012 were outstanding, and he has actually committed, he has paid 26.5 billion on that gratuity. And going forward, what I want the PENCOM to look into is the basis of the computation of CPS deduction. You know, it's based on BRC, basic rents and transport. If the basis is low, definitely what will go into the CPS, the RSA, will be that is just an issue, because the basis, if the basis is low, at the end of the day when they retire, the monthly retirements, the monthly benefits will will not be something to write something that will be substantial, to put it that way. It will not be substantial. We need to look into that because the rate is just 8% for the employee and 10% for the employer. We know the CBN, they are not agitating that they don't want CPS. The oil companies, they are not agitating that they don't want CPS. It's only the civil servants because the basis of that computation is low. They need to work on improve on the salary, and if you can, the allowances, if you can add more allowances to the basis, that will be substantial. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you for that, and well done to Governor Dakwa for the good work on pensions and all the liabilities he has cleared. But there's still a lot of work to be done, I mean, as you have said yourself. I agree with you. Pensions is dependent on how much you earn, and if the base is small, then your pensions is small. But what we also encourage is this. You don't have to stick to what's the minimum that the PRA, the Pension Reform Act, stipulates, which is 8 for employee and 10 for employer. You don't have to stick by it. The state should access what they expect benefits will be for their workers, and then on the basis of that, determine what percentage will make life easy for them when they retire. You know, people just have this notion that when you implement the CPS, you must only contribute 10%. No. The reason for the CPS is to make sure that all pension liabilities are funded, so that when people retire, they don't have to be waiting and waiting for obligations that sometimes are never paid in a broken system. But I get you. We are doing something. We are doing some form of review of the PRA is ongoing at the moment. The plan is actually to increase the percentage. I'm not sure that. Do we specify these allowances? Because you're saying it's on the basis of rent, transport, and base. So, Ogun State, you're listening. A lot of states, I understand, are doing deduction based on total enrollment. So it depends on your own law. So the state should pass their law. If they want it to be all-encompassing total enrollment, you stipulate it. So perhaps your law needs changing. Any other comments before we round up? Okay, please, very quickly.
Good afternoon, everyone. Right Honorable Hassan Mohammed Shallah, Chairman, Kebbi State Consultative Board. In our case, we have just recently changed our laws and repealed the doing that. We have looked at it through the operations that it will not work well in respect of our environment. But the problem we are facing in Kebbi is that now we have only employee contribution without that of, and that's how it has been since. But the coming of the present governor, who is a level president, because he's coming from the level, because I think the deputy Nigerian Labour Congress vice. So he seriously looked into the problems we are facing at contributory level. So as a result of the change of the law, just very recently, as I have said, our law says the employee should contribute 8% of his enrollment, when the state government will contribute 15%. That will make it 23%. So that of the employee, as I have said, is coming without any hitch. But that of the employer is yet to start. However, the governor has directed that we should liaise with the Ministry of Finance to sort out exactly what is supposed to be the remittance of the state with the state contribution to the employer. But apart from that, we don't have any major problem because all workers in Kebbi State, as of today, they don't owe government a single penny in the respect of their gratuity, death benefits, and other related benefits. I think very recently, just last week or two, the government has approved the payment of 2.something billion naira to offset that of January to last month. So we don't have problem in that respect. Our only problem is that let us have the complete implementation of the contributory pension in the state. And it is in respect of this, I think we are even having discussions with the PEMCON that very soon we will come there and see how they can assist and give us the guidance that will make our work freely. Thank you very much. May God bless everyone here.
Thank you. Thank you, and well done to Kebbi State. I particularly like that you've paid your backlog of gratuity and benefits, no backlog, not all of that. Well done to the governor of your state and your team. I'm seeing a recurring theme where people are contributing pensions, employees are contributing. The employer is not contributing. What is more alarming is that employees are contributing to the state. And this is essentially a problem because what happens when you have a bad governor, and you do have bad governors, they look for money everywhere they can't find, they say that money they contributed, give us. That's why we have the contributory pension scheme. If they open RSAs, at least this money will be in their RSAs account. No governor can touch it. So we need to see what we can do. And I noted that for Rivers. I've noted that now for you, Kebbi, as well. It's a big problem that we must address. I think if the states have not implemented at all, I will be fine if both employee and employers are not contributing. At least you will know that their money is not at risk of anything happening to it in future. So please, we will take that on. We will engage and write the respective documents.
Thank you, Madam. In respect of the deductions being made by in respect of employees, all the deductions are with the pension administrators. They have their RNC, they have everything with them. So it is not to be in.
Okay, so
yes.
I understand that you just. Okay, I understand that you just. There's a.
Yes, yes, the money is with the. Yes, we give them the money and the people that are paying the retirees because we had problems at certain time with the PEMCON that they say they have given us concession that our retirees are being paid even though the employer contribution is not there. So later they said they will not do that because it's against the law. But we change our law, considering seeing what is happening. Somebody will retire. At the end of the day, he has been paid all his benefit from the defined scheme, but the money that is contributed into the contributory pension board is not coming. So we decided to change our law and said even without that part of the employer, if you have already contributed and then you are due to receive your contribution should be paid to you. And it is being yielded now. People are receiving their contributions. But when we come in there, we will give more information on how we operate. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Thanks for that clarification. Thank you, and well done to your governor, doing very well there. PENCOM is always happy when governors are paying all benefits, gratuity, everything on time, and all state employees are getting paid as at 20. So I'll just quickly run through the points. I like this session because, like I said, it has to be a session where we identify issues and work on a path forward to address those issues. So I think generally people are talking about funding issues. I think and I believe we really need to look at that. Maybe not AUM, maybe those approved rights that government is funding for. I think we can have something more permanent. Shola, we should look at that. So contributions on a going forward basis, those will come under AUM fees. But where governors are paying as relates to accrued rights, right? Making payments. I think I had 19 billion. So if the PFA gets that, for instance, they can have a separate arrangement. It will be difficult, but let's see how we can go about it. One thing is clear, we need to find a way to accommodate income streams for states. It might not be as you want it on AUM, but we will certainly do something. I might note the issues on capacity, we spoke on that earlier on. PENCOM will engage, even PENCOM staff, PENCOM, my team, they say they are short of staff. But I think this is a very righteous cause that we must be committed to. So we'll work with the states and see how we can create capacity along with the states and working with their various teams. I mentioned the issue as well. If there's any state that is deducting funds from employees and not remitting to a PFA and putting it in their bank account, I think it's a criminal offense. And I'm not, it's not in the law, but it's a criminal offense. Meaning, if the governor that is there today that has good intention leaves tomorrow, and you have a new administration, people look for money all the time, and they're like, oh, we need to finance this project. They go and take people's money. That's the end of it. So if your state is one of those, please and please, you need to stop that act. It's very important. So I'm glad that most of the people that spoke said that most obligations have been cleared as relates to gratuity and the rest. And for those who still have obligations to clear, there are plans in place to address those issues. So I'm very, very happy to hear that. Overall, I would like to thank all the states that contributed to this conversation and gave us ideas. Castina, Osun State, Rivers State, Benue State, Kaduna State, Oyo State, Ogun State, and Kebbi State. So thank you to every single one of you. There's something I wanted to say, but for some reason I can't remember what it was exactly I wanted to say. But believe you me, everything that we've discussed here today, are you raising up your hand? Yes, ma'am. FCT, oh. I just see FCT as we are one, and then I forgot, sorry. And FCT, of course, and FCT. So I've noted all the budget constraints and everything. Like I said, I do have a presentation with NEC, and I will raise all these issues with all the governors during that meeting. But I think that we are taking baby steps. We just need to be more deliberate and deal with these issues fast, so that we can ensure that all the states have a sustainable pension system across all the country. And that's very important to us. So on that note, I would like to thank you very much. I think the session continues, but I really need to run. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay, so this brings us to the end of the ceremony. We would like to have a picture session, and Director General would like to take pictures with the heads of the states and local government bureaus. If we can come forward for a picture session, please. Thank you. Thank you.